Get your kimonos ready. Theories and leaks from the sixth and final season of Cobra Kai.
That's it.
If you are here, it's because you are already at the black belt level of following this saga.
For sure.
So let's go straight to the most important blows. No basic moves. Straight to the pressure points of the plot.
That's it. We have a stack of articles, discussion forums, and even some suspicious images to analyze. It's as if we were in the secret dojo of Chrysos, trying to uncover his plans for the Sekai Taikai.
And speaking of Crisis, I'm going to start with one of the biggest mysteries. He appears in a photo with a knife during the tournament. Wow. This generated sinister theories about the death of some character. Do you remember all that tension in Karate Kid Zero when Shazam almost kills Daniel Kunsai?
Yes.
That knife gave me a bad feeling.
Yeah, it's chilling, right? But before we dive into this dojo of macabre theories, let's go back to the root of the rivalry. Miguel versus Robin. This fight has already become a classic of the series, and we know that the Sekai Taikai will be the final stage for this clash.
That's true. And this rivalry goes far beyond simple teenage squabbles. We see how it reflects the fighting styles and philosophies of Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do.
Exactly. Miguel, with his grit and aggression, embodies the essence of Cobra Kai, while Rob, seeking the balance between strength and compassion, aligns more with the teachings of Miyagi-Do.
And the series makes us question, can these opposing philosophies coexist?
Good question.
The clash between them is inevitable.
And this question becomes even more complex when we remember the scene where Rob pushes Miguel down the stairs. It's heartbreaking.
Wow.
In that moment, we see how rivalry can lead people to do terrible things, even if they later regret it.
Speaking of regrets, Devon will also have to deal with the consequences of her actions this season. She sabotaged Kenny to secure her spot in Sekai Taikai, and now we ask, will this victory have any value for her?
Indeed, Devon has shown herself to be a promising fighter, but she used dishonorable methods to achieve her goals.
It's satisfying.
Her actions raise an important ethical debate. Do the ends justify the means? Or can true victory only be achieved with honor and respect?
And to increase the pressure on Devon, Mike Barnes, who is making a strong comeback this season, hinted that she is not prepared for the level of competition in the Sekai Taikai.
Imagine her frustration. After all, she fought tooth and nail to get there. Has this thirst for victory blinded her to the more important values of karate?
And Mike Barnes also gave an important warning about the Sekai Taikai. He said that this tournament is much more brutal than any other they have faced. We've already seen the level of violence increase throughout the series, so I wonder what's coming next.
It's chilling. The stakes are high, the pressure is enormous, and tempers are flaring. This Sekai Taikai promises to be a true minefield.
With rivalries exploding with each fight.
And to add more fuel to the fire, we have the leaked photos of Kenny making that gesture, let's say, obscene. The question that remains is, who is he showing the middle finger to?
There are many theories. Some believe he is targeting Terry Silver, while others bet on some rival who provoked him during the tournament.
But the most intriguing thing is that this photo shows Kenny competing alongside Miyagi-Do itself after Devon sabotaged him. Does he forgive her betrayal, or is he hiding some secret plan?
Only watching will tell. But this image raises an important question about Kenny. Has he really learned to control his anger and follow the teachings of Miyagi-Do? Or will he end up succumbing to the influence of Cobra Kai?
This season is full of mysteries, right?
Totally.
We have explosive rivalries. A world karate tournament with the feel of a Roman arena, characters thirsting for revenge, and of course many karate moves that defy the laws of physics. And we are still just scratching the surface. True. There is much more to analyze and discuss. With each clue we uncover, more questions arise. It's as if we are training in the dojo, learning new moves with each episode.
And speaking of strikes, do you remember that shout the characters let out before each attack?
Yes.
That one that echoes through the dojo.
Oh, you're talking about that one. And it's not just a sound effect to make the fights more dramatic.
Really? Tell me more about that.
Of course.
I always thought it was just a detail to give more impact to the fight scenes.
In fact, the kiai is a breathing technique used in Japanese martial arts to concentrate energy and release body tension during a strike.
How interesting. So Cobra Kai is not just showing us choreographed fights, but also teaching us about the culture and real techniques of karate.
Exactly. The kiai is an example of how the series goes, beyond entertainment.
showing us that every detail has a meaning and a story behind it. And speaking of story, I think it's time for us to dive a little deeper into the plot of Devon and Kenny.
I agree. After all, their story is a microcosm of the struggle between good and evil, the honor and dishonor that permeate the entire series.
And this internal struggle is reflected in the choices they make, the strikes they deliver, and perhaps even in what they hold back and release. What a sensational hook. Yes. But let's hold off on the excitement for now. In the next segment, we will return to uncover more mysteries and analyze in depth the journey of Devon and Kenny in this Sekai Taikai that promises to be epic.
Stay tuned because we still have a lot to discuss. Us.
And we are back now to the Dojo the Deep Tide, ready to uncover more secrets of the 6th season of Cobra Kai. In the previous segment, we were analyzing the rivalry between Miguel and Robbie, the sinister tension with Chris's knife, and of course, Devon's controversial decision to sabotage Kenny. It's a lot of emotion for just one episode, but let's focus now on the journey of these two characters, Devon and Kenny, who are in the eye of the hurricane of the Sekai Taikai.
It's as if they are trapped in an infinite loop of moral dilemmas. Devon seeking victory at any cost, and Kenny trying to find his place in this world of karate that can be as brutal as it is inspiring.
And Mike Bardos added more fuel to the fire by saying that Devon is the least prepared for the tournament.
That's it.
Imagine the pressure she is feeling. She betrayed Kenny's trust, risked everything to get there, and now hears that she is not good enough.
It's heartbreaking. But will this pressure make Devon give up? Or will it ignite an even greater flame in her to prove that everyone is wrong? Remember that scene where she challenges Johnny Lawrence in the dojo?
Yes.
Devon has talent, but she needs to find the balance between ambition and honor.
And Kenny is also going through a lot. He has been through so much, from being a victim of bullying to becoming one of the most promising students at Cobra Kai.
But will he be able to stay true to the teachings of Miyagi-Do even after Devon's betrayal and Chris's influence?
That is the big question. Kenny learned to channel his anger through karate, but he needs to be careful not to lose himself along the way. I remember his conversation with Daniel about the difference between defense and attack.
Yes.
Kenny needs to remember that karate is not about revenge, but about self-control and overcoming challenges.
Speaking of self-control, let's go back a bit to the kiai, that shout the characters let out before each attack. You had told me that it is a real breathing technique used to concentrate the right energy.
Exactly. The kiai is not just an aesthetic detail to make the fights more exciting. It represents the connection between the body and the mind, the inner strength that drives each strike.
How fascinating. So, when we see Daniel, Johnny, or even Chris letting out the kiai, we are witnessing a demonstration of their inner strength.
Without a doubt, the kiai is like a manifestation of the warrior's spirit, the vital energy that flows through the body. It's as if they are putting their whole soul into that shout, channeling strength for the fight.
Wow, what depth. I never imagined that an apparently simple detail like a shout could have such a rich meaning.
And that's why we love to dive deep into the world of Cobra Kai. The series shows us that every element, from the karate strikes to the war cries, has a story to tell, a lesson to teach.
And this richness of details makes us question, analyze, and of course, theorize endlessly.
But before we dive into the sea of theories about what might happen in Sekai Taikai, let's take a moment to breathe deeply, yes, focus our energy and come back strong for the final segment.
Stay tuned because there is still a long way to go. And we return to the mat of the deep dive, ready for the final round of our analysis of the 6th season of Cobra Kai.
We have already gone through the rivalries, the ethical dilemmas, and even learned the importance of kiai. But now, it's time to put on our detective gloves and analyze the images that Netflix released, as if we were uncovering the secrets of Miyagi's dojo. That's right. And the first image that caught my attention was of Chris facing Johnny at Sekai Taikai with that knife in hand. It's chilling. Wow, true. Does he really intend to use the knife against someone? Or is it just a move to intimidate his opponents? It's very much his style. We know that Chris is not someone to be trifled with, but would he go so far as to commit murder in the middle of a world tournament? I don't know. There are many theories, but I have the impression that Netflix is playing with us, leading us into a dark corner of the dojo, only to then turn on the lights and reveal that it was all just a trick.
It's possible. After all, the series has surprised us before with unexpected twists. But the presence of the knife is a warning sign, showing that the level of violence could reach a point of no return.
And speaking of twists, the image of Chozen and Sensei having dinner together left me speechless. Who would have thought that these two karate masters with such a troubled past could have a romantic dinner? Well, there it is. It's proof that love can blossom in the most unlikely places, even in a dojo full of rivalry. But seriously, this image opens up a range of possibilities for the plot. Will they unite to defeat a common enemy? Or will this romance reignite the rivalry between the dojos? We'll have to wait and see.
True, and the image of Daniel ready to fight in a mysterious location also left me curious. Who will be his opponent? Will he finally confront Terry Silver in one last epic showdown? Or will he face a new, dangerous enemy? And, good question, only time will tell. But one thing is certain. Daniel will need to use all his wisdom and skill to win this battle. And we can't forget about Sensei Wolf, who appears with his clothes stained with blood. What could have happened to him? Was he the victim of a brutal attack? Or did he get involved in a fight to protect someone? Wow.
This image left me with a lump in my throat. After all, Sensei Wolf has always been a peaceful and kind character. Seeing him involved in such a violent situation is a sign that things are getting out of control. It's true. And this brings us back to the question that won't go away. Will the 6th season of Cobra Kai have a happy ending? Or will violence take over the dojo and destroy everything the characters have built? That is the big question. The anticipation is in the air. But while we wait, anxiously for the premiere, we can continue debating theories, analyzing clues, and of course training our IQ to let out a war cry when the new season finally arrives.
And so we come to the end of our deep dive into the 6th season of Cobra Kai. We hope you enjoyed our analysis and that you are ready for the final battle. Hey! And don't forget, the journey of karate is infinite, just like our quest for knowledge and entertainment. Until next time, may the force be with you.